So, hey, it's Whiskey Wednesday, and another fine day. We got a little bottle of the David Nicholson 1843. So this is we'll talk about that in a minute. But so we got just Mark here, and
Whiskey Wednesday.
there's Double B,
What's up, guys?
and a gopher down on the end.
How you guys doing?
All right. Weather's getting quite warm now. We're pretty much right on the precipice of summer, and the longest days of the year. Those are the best days to have a glass of bourbon because why not, right?
Yeah.
We
should have done it up on the pool today. I never even thought about it.
yeah. Well, another lost opportunity. So the David Nicholson 1843. Gopher and I, as you know, we were in Kentucky in February, and we stopped at the Lux Row Distillery in Bardstown. And they had a flight there, which I was quite fond of. It was the Ezra Brooks Cast Strength, which we did earlier on one of the episodes. So I had a really good review of that. There was a Rebel Cast Strength. And then there was this 1843. And I had never heard of it. And the flight was $15 for 3 2-ounce pours. So it was 2 barrel proofs in this, which is 100 proof. Not a bottle and bond, but it is 100 proof. It is a Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. So I never heard of it before. Looked into it a little bit. Still don't know a ton about it, but I can tell you it seems to be localized to that, I want to call it, region of the country, that Ohio Valley region. So Missouri, Ohio, Kentucky, Kansas. That area is where it seems to be. For whatever reason, it does not make its way out of that area. So if you want a bottle, you got to go there and grab it. But there was plenty of it at the distillery, and the best part was under $30.
That's a distillery. That's a distillery.
Yeah, yeah. But from what I hear, it's about $30 on the shelf if you can find it. So, yeah. So there you have it. But I quite enjoyed it, and so I picked up a bottle while I was there. And of course, Emily was there. She suggested it, and couldn't say no to Emily. So here it is, distilled and aged in Kentucky, bottled for Lux Row Distilleries, Bardstown, Kentucky. So that again is some double speak. I looked into it a little bit more, and what I was able to determine. And I can't say precisely in 2024, but over the years, and I think today, this is actually made at Heaven Hill. So that's also in Bardstown, and it's only, probably less than a mile from Lux Row. And so it's sort of this strange incestuous relationship between some of these distilleries that they, they'll make stuff here, but they'll bottle it here. And then we saw a few.
They all work. They all work together.
Yeah.
So the one where you're thinking of, how about the one we went to, the Artisan Distillery?
Yes.
Jefferson, and they were doing Pinhook.
Yes, they were bottling Pinhook at the Kentucky Artisan Distillery, where they make Jefferson. So
And
one example.
And Bardstown also does Pinhook.
Bardstown Bourbon Company was also bottling Pinhook. Yeah, so it's interesting. I mean, I think they have the attitude of, there's enough to go around for all of us, which is a nice attitude to have. And
wouldn't be transporting it from where it's made to then another place, probably add just that to the cost of it instead of doing it all in one spot.
It wouldn't. It does.
Big advantage.
I mean, when you're a mile away, I can't imagine it costs that much. When you're hundreds of miles away, sure.
This company probably wanted a wheated bourbon. They didn't have one, so they bought it off of them, and they bottled it with their.
Well, we know Heaven Hill, for instance, makes Larson. Larson needs a wheated bourbon, so it's probably something similar to Larceny, I would imagine.
Gotcha.
Little higher proof. I think this is about 6 years old. Although again, it doesn't say that on the bottle, but that's what I read.
If
So,
you put it next to the Gopher and it's the same color, it's at least 4 years old.
oh, is that how it works?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it. That's about all I have on it. I unfortunately don't know who David Nicholson is. I don't know the significance of the number 1843. I'm imagining it's a date of significance and it's tied to David Nicholson somehow. But unfortunately, at the time of airing, I don't have that information. Perhaps I'll figure it out and we'll put a graphic up or something to educate you folks. So,
Thank you.
they got the better of me today, and I wasn't able to do any more research than that.
Cool.
So, we guys get on the nose on this.
Oh, you get the wheat, you get the wheat on the nose. You get the sweet, I guess you would
It's
say.
sweet, it's like floral.
Okay.
Get a little
Herbal. I get the alcohol hit me first, the alcohol smell.
You always pick up that ethanol right on the first, yeah.
It smells like some heat to it. I mean, it smells like there's heat to it.
But yeah, then right away I smelled the sweet and the smoke, of course.
Yeah, I like the nose on this. I think it's more fruity than floral, but you know, they're
the
close
sweet.
cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely sweet.
Yeah,
A little orange, and maybe a little.
I get the orange. I get a big
Yeah.
strong orange. Yes.
I get the orange as well.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like
are you
orange
into
blossoms.
orange blossoms? Okay. The heat is mostly up front on first sip. And usually you get that with the younger whiskey. And not that this is young, but I get that kind of, I call it a youth burn, you know, when on first sip.
It feels so much in my mouth.
But
I
yeah,
get
but
delayed burn down here.
okay.
Yeah, I get it on my tonsils. Like my tonsil throat, what have you. Yeah, a little bit of a burn right about here.
I didn't feel it in my mouth. I thought it was back here and then down lower, not in my mouth when I first went in. But everybody's different.
But once that goes away, I mean, I like it. It's got a fruity. I keep getting like this peachy note, and it's a little nutty. I want to say like a pecan. It's an interesting combination, like a peachy pecan.
And
I don't know what you guys think about it. You getting something similar?
It's like my wheat, you know.
Something different.
You know, like the
And the Gopher likes the weedage. Yeah, he likes the weedage. What do you guys think? Give us some notes.
For me, like I said, right away, I first took a sip and I was like, whoa. And but then went back to it and I was like, okay, I started smelling those fruit smells that you're talking about.
Yeah.
And color seems to have decent color here.
Remember, this bottle's only around a $30 bottle. Thank God, because you
Yeah.
could probably get to like 10 of these at a night.
It went in pretty decent. Like I said, I felt a little burn afterwards.
Mhm.
For me, compared to some of the things we've had recently,
Yeah.
if I'm going to throw out a number, I'm going to go with 7.2.
Okay. Well, there is a little mystique to a bottle that you can't find, and of course, you know the Weller line is the famous weeded line, and it's so hard to find. I do think that it would compare very favorably with the Special Reserve, the Weller Green Label. But yeah, I really like this bottle. I mean, for the price point, I mean, I think that it's got a lot of good things to offer there. I like the nose. I like the fruitiness to it. It's it's a bottle. It's not trying to take itself too seriously. But if you're not looking for a lot out of it, you're getting more than what you're looking for.
definitely get that peach.
Hmm.
And all, like you were saying.
I think peach is wonderful. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe it's peach I was getting, or something else was in there.
that's what I mean. That's definitely the most prominent note that I'm looking
It is sweet.
for.
This is very sweet.
It's like a peach pie.
It's got a little heat to it, but not.
I have a little problem with my glass. There's a hole in my glass.
Oh yeah, there you go. Brian already gave us his rating, a 7.2. So we move on to the next one. I think I'll go on this. Why not? So like I said before, I really like this bottle, just so you can again get a better look. It's the 1843 David Nicholson, a Heaven Hill distillate that is sold under the Lux Row brand and available at the Lux Row Distillery. Color is, I mean, it's lighter. It's a nice sort of caramel, nice and bright, inviting. The nose also inviting. I get fruit on a more orange than peach on the nose.
Sure do.
Yeah, but it's nice.
You get any apricot in it, or is it? So there's something in it. I can't figure out what it is.
You know, it's very sick.
All that stone fruit.
Orange and peach and apricot all sort of go together. And then you take that first sip.
No worry, you're gonna be good. We're on TV. You're on TV.
A little heat, but not a whole lot. And I mean, I'll get to it. It has one strike against it, but which I'll get to. But let me talk about the palate first. Very peachy. It's very peachy. Very sweet. Definitely, to me, drinks like a weeder. It's soft, very approachable, and peachy. And then that second note I'm picking up is like a pecan, like a nutty, little oaky in there too. If I could go with a third note, a little oaky, peachy, pecan, oaky. The one strike I'm going to give it against it is the finish, which really there's not much of it. It's a little too short for me. There's not much to remember it by.
Oh, trust me, if you drink enough of it, you'll remember it in the morning.
The heat to me, I mean, I know you guys are having a little bit different experience, but I'm not getting any of that throat burn or neck warming. I'm just not getting a hug at all.
It's minute.
Yeah, and you know, coming from Emily, I wanted a hug. I'm not getting the I'm not getting a hug. I'm not getting a hug on this. Yeah, but so overall, I mean, only strike against it being the finish. But price point A, nose A, palate, it's a B plus, and finish is an F for me. But so you put that all together, I like it a lot at that price point. I'm really encouraged by how good it is, and I'm gonna give it a strong. I'm gonna give this a 7.6.
You on the high on it, okay.
Yeah, because of the price point. I mean,
Well, the price point makes a big difference.
yeah, to me, that's worth a lot. If I can get a really tasty bottle at $30, I mean, I'm going to shout it from the rooftops. You know, I mean, this is a good bottle at $30. So.
My roof's not that tall, but you're more than welcome to go up there.
Yeah. So you guys can have a go at it, but that's my thought.
I said the nose, we got a little floral, maybe like orange blossom kind of floral. And then the taste. I get the burn at the tip of my tongue, not down inside at all. But it is like kind of just one note, like it's the peach.
I thought the pecan was pretty strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, peach is okay.
Yeah.
It definitely leads with the peach.
I really like this stuff. I mean, for the price point and all, I'm gonna go 7.5. I mean, not a big weed guy. I do like the rise and the all, but this is really, really nice. I really like this.
It's surprising that you never heard of it and it's available, because I'm sure it would be, if it was in this market, I'm sure it would be a big seller.
But I think it's better than Varsity.
Yeah, I think it's better.
I agree with that. That one I'll definitely get. I'd say it's better than Larceny, and it is very similar, if not better, than Weller Special Reserve.
It's really good.
Yeah.
My turn?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Okay, price point. Let me tell you, hey, you guys, how you doing? So price point's fantastic. You can't beat a $30 bottle. I mean, especially a weeded bottle. I mean, most places you go, you're paying, unless you have like Special Reserve or something. The other higher weeded ones are gonna be in the $50, you know? This I say would compare to a sweet wheat. It's not as sweet as a sweet wheat, but the flavors just goes down perfect. It doesn't have that, what's it called? Tangent?
10.
That
Yeah. Mhm.
doesn't have that to it. I mean, for the price, that's great. I think the guys went a little high on the numbers, and everybody's in the sevens. I was not sort of around 6.7. Not to knock it or anything, because it's fantastic. It's just, I'm going with the one flavor. That's all my opinion, one flavor, maybe two, orange, peach. You always have the oak in your bourbon. If you don't taste oak in your bourbon, it's not bourbon. So I'm gonna take another sip of this. Hang on. I mean, and it's funny, after the first couple of sips, that burn is gone. I mean, I think I get more burn on my mouthwash in the morning.
Mm.
But the flavor is fantastic. It goes right down. And you can drink. You put this on ice.
This is on the ice. I bet you this would be like dangerous.
Yeah. I don't even know if you have to put ice on. You have to put a bag of ice in it so you don't want to water it down too much. But this is fantastic. I'm going with a 6.7.
Just so you're clear, and I guess you at home are clear when we're talking about weed, because we didn't really explain it. I guess we probably should have explained it. This is a bourbon. So it's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Okay. So the primary ingredient is corn. Right?
How many percent?
Has to be at least 51% corn. But normally in a bourbon, the secondary ingredient is going to be rye. In this mash bill, no rye, it has wheat. Okay, so I don't know the breakdown, but I know it's a wheated bourbon. So when we say wheated, it's a wheated bourbon. It's not a wheated whiskey, which they also have too. There are wheated whiskeys where the primary ingredient is wheat.
Yeah.
They're few and far between, but they're out there. This is a wheated bourbon, so it's primarily corn. Secondary ingredient is going to be wheat, and then they'll put in a little malted barley to finish it off. All right.
Alrighty.
We'll see you. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.